It won't be a Sunday kind of love in H-Town. The MVP race might be over with the regular season in the books, but it'll be on full display in the first round. James Harden versus Russell Westbrook. Who is better than us? The Rockets took the regular season series 3-1. Maximilian, I'm starting with you on this one. Will Russ and OKC get the best of Harden in those Rockets?
Ready for this? My upset special. I'm going to take the Thunder. I'm going to take the Thunder to beat the Rockets for two reasons. One, Russell Westbrook. I think he is keenly aware that the talk that he's not the MVP centers on the fact that James Harden's team has won more games. You know, not even all that many more games, with a roster that's built perfectly for Harden and, in fact, would also be perfect for Westbrook. He doesn't have that roster. Never mind the fact that Kawhi Leonard has as many more wins, basically, to Harden as Harden has to Westbrook, and also has crazy numbers and plays defense. Never mind all that. Westbrook is aware that only 47 wins seems to eliminate him for some as the MVP. And he knows he's being compared to Harden. And he knows Kornheiser and others have said, well, let's see what happens in this series before we give out the MVP. He will be on a mission, Russell Westbrook, and there is no greater force of nature who's always obviously internally motivated. But if one can possibly go to 11 like Spinal Tap, it's Westbrook based on this external motivation. That's number one, Westbrook. Number two is playoff basketball slows down. And in terms like, not only do they not have an answer for like Cantor offensively, Houston that is, but because of the size, Adams, guys like that, OKC goes to the glass a lot better than Houston. And so those offensive rebounds have actually helped Russell Westbrook, obviously, in his MVP candidacy, and actually have helped the team to those 47 wins. So, yes, I understand why Houston is favored, because that barrage of three-pointers in that D'Antoni system can just overwhelm what you've got. I understand. I think they're correctly favored. But I have a feeling OKC pulls this out in a more grinding kind of playoff-style basketball behind a superhuman effort from Russell Westbrook.
Max Kellerman, I can't poo-poo those arguments, but your last point is exactly why I disagree with you, and I'm going with Houston to win this series. Because Mike D'Antoni is not going to allow you to get in a kind of grinding physical encounter. He's going to launch threes. The Houston Rockets are #1 in 3 points made and #1 in 3 points attempted. They are going to put up 3-point shots. They're going to push the ball up the floor. They're going to hit perimeter shots. They're going to actually force OKC to go small to some degree. And because of that, I think you can take physicality out of the equation to some degree. Not only that, James Harden is exceptional at getting to the free throw line. So he's going to go about the business of getting dudes in foul trouble. I also think that even though no one can guard Russell Westbrook, this dude, Patrick Beverley, like I told y'all on many occasions, could be on my team any day of the week. He's a rough rider. Then you're looking at some of these guys, the Ryan Andersons of the world, the Eric Gordons of the world, the Trevor Arizas of the world. The Lou Williams pickup is huge. They got guys that can hit shots, and these are contested shots. Whereas with Harden on the floor, they're going to be open shots because you have to key on him because of his ability to get to the hole and to have the ball in his hands. I have no doubt that Russell Westbrook is going to be sensational, but I question whether or not the other dudes on his squad are going to be able to make buckets, particularly in pivotal moments. Robinson is a hazard. He's a hazard on the offensive end of the floor. Victor Oladipo can play, and he's along the lines of the Lou Williams and Eric Gordons of the world, but I don't believe he's that difference maker. Enes Kanter and Steven Adams can be big for you if you could put them on the floor together or you were playing big, but I don't think Houston will get lured into that. And I think it comes down to the skills of a James Harden surrounded by those shooters with 2 points, Max, as you have said in the past, outnumbering with 3 points, outnumbering two.
I can't argue, but by the way,
I think that's what it's going to come down to. I'm picking Houston to win this series.
We see this largely the same way, and I can't really argue with those points. My argument is more of an emotional one. Yes, playoff basketball slows down. They do have a size advantage. You're right. They may have to go small at times. I bring up John Henry from time to time on this show, Stephen A. Who
Who's
went
John
up
Henry
against
again?
the steam drill. Remember John Henry?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, with the hammer.
Yeah.
And the steam drill came along.
Story
and
time.
it was going to displace John Henry, right? But John Henry wanted to go up against the steam drill. The three-point shot is a steam drill. James Harden in a D'Antoni offense, in a modern offense with threes are raining down from everywhere, that's the steam drill. One guy with a hammer can't beat that, except that John Henry did beat the steam drill. He died in the exertion, but he did win. And I see in this case, Russell Westbrook is John Henry. There's no way they're going to have anything left after the first round. There's no way they should be able to do it. But Russell Westbrook will die if he has to in the exertion. He will beat the steam drill that is James Harden and the Houston Rockets. It's an emotional argument, but Westbrook plays with emotion.
I have no problem with the emotional argument. I have a problem with you expecting me to rebut an argument involving a steam drill and comparing that to basketball. I cannot make I cannot make the connection. I have no hope there. I'm going to have to concede that, you know what, you can have that argument because I am not going to sit here and argue about John Henry and a steam drill.
But you do know.
I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
You do know what I mean about this. I think we largely see this the same way. We've come down on opposite ends of it. I think you do understand what I mean about Westbrook. If there is a dude out there who can somehow overcome a modern offense against all odds, who can somehow pull a team to victory with a lot at stake personally for him, it is Russell Westbrook. I think he does it.
Okay.
And in John Henry, we trust on that note. Gentlemen.
He trusts. He trusts.
He trusts. It's all about the steam drill. Get on Google. Coming up, Joel Embiid played in less than half of the Sixers games this season, but find out which award he thinks he deserves for his effort.